started happening near the end of the first quarter. You went on the hot run, you guys had taken the lead, and then I think they went on a 16-2 run, something like that. Why do you think you started that rallying a couple of
I think for the most part, just the rebounding, them getting second chance shots and free throws, for them. Fouling way too much. They did a good job of drawing fouls. Sometimes it didn't even look like we were fouling. We were getting all ball, but that's how the game goes, I guess. I don't know what to say, to be honest, but it's kind of frustrating.
Do you feel like you guys still have a chance?
Yeah, I'm always going to stay positive, going into the games, each and every game, just got to play hard. You got to play hard and play with desperation, and anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. So I still believe.
Tim, Coach mentioned how there's a lot of young guys on the team that don't necessarily know what it is to must win. You, along with Luka or maybe other leaders on the team, what is your message to your teammates to motivate them to understand it's a must-win situation?
First and foremost, just really studying and keying in on matchups, knowing your personnel, watching film, and knowing your personnel on your team. Who's a guy that's catching and shooting, what guy gets it going, just being unselfish, but also being, aggressive, playing with force throughout the whole entire game, and just make sure you make good decisions. It's never going to be a perfect game. We all know that, but for the most part, you go out there, know your personnel, and study film, and know the keys to the game plan, and really lock in on that. Then everything will go as planned. Not everything, but you have a better chance.
Tim, clearly the offense is clicking. You guys shot over 60% tonight. Do you feel like the defensive effort matched the offensive effort?
At times, but that first quarter, man, it's the first quarter woes for sure. I don't know what to tell you. You give anybody 40-plus points in the first quarter, you don't have a chance in hell to win.
I know that you have 4 more games, but what would mean to be out of the day for this team?
It's a disappointment for sure, especially reaching on the playoffs and Western Conference Finals last year. So it'll be disappointing for sure. I'm still motivated. I'm still staying positive. I didn't play in the postseason last year, so I want to do whatever I can to try to get back to that. Get that feeling and that excitement.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
Luka.
Jason, you lose on the night when you shoot over 60% or shooting over 60% most of the night. Is that kind of a microcosm of how things have gone for you guys lately? Just not being able to put up enough defensive stops?
Yeah, I think when you look at tonight's game, we get off to a good start. Game of runs, we didn't end the first the right way, and we kind of stalled out at 31, but they kept going. So our defense was non-existent. We couldn't get stops. But I thought again in the second we go on a run. Offensively, as you brought up, we shoot 61%. So it wasn't the offensive side of the ball; it was the defensive side of trying to get stops. If we did, we would throw it away. So we just got to do a better job of taking care of the ball after we do get the stop. But again, when you look at the 3 guys, Timmy, Kai, and Luka, offensively they were great. They kept us in the ball game. We just didn't get any production from the bench tonight.
Do you think the defensive effort was good enough?
Well, I think at times it was good. To start the half, start the first and start the half, I thought it was at a high level. We got stops, so we made shots, we shared the ball. But in between there, we weren't connected. We weren't getting stops. You look at the three, we couldn't take the three away. Their three-point shooters were making them. And then if we couldn't get the rebound, they were getting another look at it. And so in this league, when you give up second or third opportunities, they're going to make them, and they did that tonight. As we talked about, with Bam out, we said that, Jimmy was going to, control the game, and he did that tonight.
Why is the effort so consistent and inconsistent over the past few games when it's been in these must-win situations?
Well, I think when you look at, a lot of these guys haven't been in this situation, so they're learning on the fly of what it means and how it feels to have to go out there to win. And most of these guys, when you talk about Josh, Maxey, you look at, Hardy, these guys are young, and they haven't been in must-win situations. And so they're learning what it means and what it means to take care of the ball, but also what it means to play defense. And tonight we scored enough points, but we didn't get any stops.
Coach, how do you motivate the team with 4 games in front of you, right to be in the play now? How do you find the motivation for it?
Yeah, you look at what's at stake. What do you want to continue your season? As players, you control your energy and effort. The responsibility of going out there and playing hard for one another is at a high level right now, and unfortunately, we've just been inconsistent with that.
Given that the two teams immediately ahead of you own the tiebreaker against you guys, do you feel like you're going to need to win?
We got to start with just focusing on Atlanta. We got to turn the page and focus on Atlanta and figure out to get a win there. We can't worry about winning out. That's a little bit too advanced. We got to just stay what's in front of us, and that's Atlanta tomorrow.
Coach, as you look ahead to the next game, what is your message to your guys as you take it one game at a time and you look to keep your head up?
Yeah, I think when you talk about just play your role, do the best that you can. Understanding effort and energy is the one thing you can control. Make or miss shots is something that comes and goes. You can't make them all, but if you put your energy in the right place, good things will happen. And so that's all we got to focus on. We're getting great looks. Just understanding our defense has to be better than what it was this evening.
JaVale played the last couple games but didn't check in tonight. What were your thoughts on the center rotation and how they executed tonight?
Yeah, I thought the centers were good. You look at Zeller, had a really good game for them. He was probably the X factor. But looking at Maxey and C. Wood and DP going with that group, we felt that was our best chance to win tonight.
There was a double team, I think, early in the fourth quarter on Tyler Hero that led to a corner three. What were your thoughts on the double team execution in this kind of in that stretch?
Yeah, it was a stretch where they were exhausted and understanding we weren't going to let Hero play against our bigs to put the bigs at the advantage. So we felt we had to hit. We hit. We gave up an open three in the corner. Just understanding the gamble of when we do hit, it puts a strain on our defense because you got to give a little bit more, and we just didn't do that tonight. Understanding time and score. Again, we talked about runs. We had it to 6, and then they take it to 11. We take the timeout, and then understanding that we got back into the game. But you got to play perfect. And we just didn't play perfect. We turned the ball over when we got stops, or we missed open shots. And you got to be able to deliver when you're behind, and we just didn't do that tonight.
Over the last few clutch losses, I guess you could describe them as, Kyrie, Irving. I think he spent a lot of time in the corner, I guess you could say. What are your thoughts on kind of how the offense in those situations is kind of integrating him and kind of developing?
Yeah, I think when you have those type of players, when you have Luka's going and putting Kai in the corner just to create space. He's one that will create space. He's patient enough to understand the ball will find him at times. And so I thought with Luka and Maxey, or Luka and DP in the pick and roll, or Timmy, it created a problem for the defense, and understanding that Luka was great getting downhill layups, or he created open shots. So sometimes you use great players for gravity and creating space, and that's what Kai did there late. Thanks.